Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Got a super epic episode for you guys today. So we all got our collections and we all love collecting, and we're always looking for that holy grail item. But what makes it a holy grail? Is it just rare and worth a lot of money? Or is it something personal like we had it as a kid? And to answer that question, I got some of the biggest TMNT collectors around and asked them what their holy grails were. And that's what today's episode is, guys. So let's go ahead and jump right in and get to the first TMNT collector. And as you can see, we're starting this thing off with Dimension X Toys, based out of New Orleans, Louisiana. Started collecting in 2015. His Instagram has 4,700 followers, and obviously we can see why with these great 3D printed 13-inch figures. Just look at this amazing Mondo Gecko, and of course you knew he was going to do a scratch, and oh my god, I'm speechless. An android Krang. So as you can see, Dimension X Toys is sort of making his own holy grails here for him and other collectors. What do you say we hear it straight from his mouth on what his TMNT holy grails truly are?
Hey, this is Dave with Dimension X Toys. Donatello is a grail to me. Pretty much all the Donatellos. I have a huge Donatello collection, but the basketball Don from the 90s with the ball, that's pretty hard to find. This is one of my favorite ones, and I was lucky enough to scoop up both pieces for not too much. I started recollecting back in 2015, so I kind of missed like the huge bulge in pricing. Here are some other grail figures that I have. You got your 88 soft heads, the Channel 6 news van, the chrome Bebop and Rocksteady, definitely hard to find with decent chrome. Scuba Raph, the one on the right, that one's definitely hard to find. You got Hotspot and Sandstorm, two of the more expensive figures now. Rocksteady, Gatekeeper, Dwarf Don, Cave Don, the Krang Android body with the clear door, that's definitely hard to find. Invisible Man Mike, carded. I'm not really a big MOC collector, but this figure I picked up for $30, now goes for anywhere between $600 to $800 on eBay. And of course, Scratch the Cat, but you know I wasn't going to spend no $2-3 grand on a figure, so I 3D printed this one. Cheers.
Oh, sorry about that, guys. I was still thinking about that android Krang. That thing was amazing, and I'm pretty sure it'll fit Dimension. But hey, thanks for sending in that video submission. Those 13-inch figures were awesome. That collection was amazing. Mint on card, Invisible Mikey. Man, I wish I had one of those. I do know that you're actively your holy grails that you're actively searching for are Tyranno Shredder, Shogun Show, and Warrior Metalhead. Man, yes, I would definitely love to have any one of those as well. Definitely some holy grails there. But hey guys, if you aren't following Dimension X Toys, go ahead and look him up on Instagram, give him a follow, and what do you say we go ahead and get to the next TMNT collector? And up next we've got Plastic Flashback, coming to you from Kansas City, Missouri. He's been collecting for 2 years, and he has 4,800 followers on Instagram. And as you can obviously see, a pretty extensive TMNT collection. I can see a Super 7 collection, I see some NECA, some Pops. Just a very well-rounded collection here. Two of his favorites are his Giant Mutations collection and his Popping Pins bowling set. And as far as his Holy Grail goes, he wants a white jersey Slam Dunkin' Dawn, a in-box Technodrome, and the 4 giant Troll Turtles. Thank you again to Plastic Flashback for sending me a copy of his awesome TMNT collection. If you haven't looked him up on Instagram, these are a few of his photos here. Go look him up and give him a follow. And now, a very well-known TMNT collector, not another retro channel, coming in with over 16,000 subscribers, over 700 videos. This guy is killing it. Buying, selling all kinds of vintage toys. This guy's collection is insane. I mean, here's the proof, guys. Just look at this guy's collection. I mean, come on. Who's got a custom wing nut that looks like that? Holy moly. Dude has definitely got the setup on point. Got everything looking nice on the risers. Comes the Troll Turtles. And as you can see, it ain't just the vintage stuff. This dude is doing it all. Dude's collection is just never ending. Look at those monsters back there. We got Scratch, Hotspot, Half Court, all the big names. I mean, it looks like he's already got all the Grails. Let's see which ones top his list.
What's going on, guys? This is my top 3 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Grail items in my current collection. Let's get started. Number 3 is going to have to be Hotspot. So I have him complete. He has his mask, his axe, and his hydrant. So number 3 is Hotspot. So number 2 is the Channel 6 news van. I got this about 4 months ago for a really good deal from my main man, OK Chief. Check him out. But I got this. I have a ways to go on getting this guy complete. But number 2, news van. And my number 1 TMNT Grail that is currently in my collection is Scratch the Cat. So check him out. Funny story, I actually bought this from Mr. Shellback himself probably like a year and a half ago, but I did not ever think that I would own a Scratch. I just need to find the rest of his accessories, and that's going to take some time, as you probably all know. Stupidly priced. But guys, that is it. That's my top 3. Back to you, Bob.
Thank you, Narc. Up next, coming out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, a rising TMNT superstar, Speaky Geeky.
What's happening, everybody? Mr. Geeky from Speaky Geeky here. Our very good friend, Shellback Toy Rewind, has asked for our top picks of some of our white mutant whale characters that we've always wanted over the years but could never find. So, without further ado, here are my top 3 picks of characters from the TMNT lines that I always wanted but could never get over the years. Number 1, Turtle Saint from the anime TMNT toy line. First of all, this was a really hard to get in the States character. It was only an international character, and if you ever watched the anime series, you'd realize it was a character that you just had to have, because it was kind of like Voltron or Power Rangers style, where all the characters would come together to create this thing. And so to not have it in the line when I had all the rest of the characters was a really big void in my collection. Number 2, Scratch from the original Playmates line. This was another one where I had almost every character from the Playmates line, and I could never find Scratch. I had Hotspot, I had Sandstorm, I had Mona Lisa, I had all those characters who were equally hard to find at the time, but for some reason, Scratch was nowhere to be found around where I lived. So that's one that's kind of been a sore spot for me all these years. It's one that I've always wanted. I'm really excited for the Super 7 Scratch that's going to be coming out fairly soon. So this is one that's been on my list for a very long time, and I'm glad to finally potentially have that. Number 3, NECA's Mirage TMNT April O'Neil. Folks here probably know how much I love NECA, but I didn't get into their TMNT stuff until I was able to get it at Comic-Con as the exclusives for the video game line, and then eventually the carrying case figures. So this is one that I missed the boat on getting this, and I've been frustrated about that ever since, because to get it online, it cost quite a bit. So my hope is that as the Mirage line expands, which it seems to be doing now, that we'll eventually get another reissue of April O'Neil, as well as the original Turtles, because I can't imagine that we won't. So those are my top 3, but I'm also really excited to hear who everybody else has too. So make sure to leave it in the comments as to who your top 3 characters are who you have never had. All right, thanks for having me on, Shellback Toy Rewind. This has been great. I always appreciate being able to chat. So until next week, Toy Void Speaky, keep it geeky.
All right, that was Speaky Geeky, and that was his top 3 TMNT Holy Grails. Excellent picks, by the way. Don't feel too bad. I missed out on a few of those myself. And by the way, he did all his own editing in that video, so I appreciate that very much. And if you haven't checked out his channel yet, go ahead, head on over there after you finish watching this one, and check out his videos. He's got quite a few good ones, and give him a sub. And we'll go ahead and move on to our next TMNT collector. Ed's Retro Geek Out, are you kidding me? This dude here is one of, if not the biggest name in vintage toy collecting right now. Some of the most in-depth, interesting toy collection videos I have seen. I've been subscribed for a long time, and I was so stoked to find out that I was going to be guesting on one of his shows. Just an all-around incredible channel. I think he's got like 55,000 subscribers. But just look at this guy's collection. I love the way that he's got it set up. I think he's mentioned it in one of his videos. He kind of purposely set it up sort of in that toy store style so that you could kind of get that feeling, you know, walking back into Toys R Us. Trying to bring back that old nostalgia feeling that we all are craving collecting these toys. Hold up. Let's just take this in, enjoy it. Just absolutely incredible. I still need to get that mutant module. And like I said, super cool dude. So when I told him that I had some collectors sending in some videos of their Grails, he was more than happy to send a clip in as well. So let's go ahead and hear from him what his Grails are.
TMNT Holy Grails, there's a couple that I can honestly think of that are just unreachable. Getting, for instance, like a prototype pitch turtle that got Playmates the deal to actually go and start doing the toys for Mirage Studios, or the actual statues that were popped into Playmates Hong Kong offices, I think. But those aren't really within reach. There's a lot of holy grails when it comes to TMNT. The ones I kind of wanted to talk about over here are the ones that I think are absolutely rare, uncommon, production wise, not high in production, and that's why I kind of picked these, because rarity and desire is something different. There's a lot of holy grails that are just things everybody wants. Now, the first one I wanted to talk about are the throw turtles, but not the regular ones. The giant ones, those are super tough to find. I never come across them. They look freaking epic in a time where all of the action figure lines were taking the troll craze and turning those trolls into something gruesome with like battle trolls or stone protectors. Turtles went the other route. They just slapped them together and turned those mutated animals into something that was cute. And they even put out the big ones. I actually only ever saw one in real life. That's how freaking rare they are. And to get them in the big box, just like with any of the later released giant turtles, this is just a real pain to find. Next up, I have the undercover turtles, which is not to be confused with the disguised ones. They do somehow look like undercover Donnie from the disguised subline, but these are actually the turtles by Playmates that came with the cloths. So you had a turtle, and molded on was a hat to keep them kind of like in a disguise, and they had this cloth. They came with lots of accessories, but it's a really late release and they're super hard to find. There's, you know, even some difficulty in getting certain of the turtles, like a Leo or Michelangelo is much more tough to find than the Raph. I'm not sure about that. I just think that's how many of them are out there or known. That's where that little confusion comes from. And then lastly, one of the most rare things probably has got to be the purple European variant of Super Shredder mint on card, because in Europe we didn't get as high productions as the USA got. So even the Super Shredder over here, that thing is super rare to find. All that's really different is just the armor. Instead of having it gray, it also got a purple color. So this is like one of those production variations. Like some of the production plans maybe didn't have the right correct color of plastic to work with that week, and they just start printing it that way. I think these got out in Germany and Italy and stuff like that, and they're just super hard to find. There's other European variants, but none of them really alter the color scheme of the actual toy as much as purple Super Shredder. So those are my top 3 super holy grails, due to them being really uncommon. And yeah, that was the question, right? Shell back to where we went. So back over to you.
Bravo, bravo. excellent video submission. Thank you so much, Ed. Couldn't have said it better myself. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get to the next TMNT collector. Up next, we've got Texas Toy Collector. This guy here has over 100 mint on card figures to go along with this amazing collection that you see right here. But his 3 white whales are a sealed ooze canister, a scratch the cat, and a hotspot. I need to get me a sealed ooze canister as well. And up next, we've got Mr. Big Score, Greco Fabulous. I swear I wish my videos were as good as this guy, so I only had to put one out every 3 months. All jokes aside, you guys probably know him from his awesome Transformer collection or his infamous Pee Wee Herman collection. But yes, this guy does also collect TMNT, and let's go ahead and hear it straight from him what his personal holy grails actually are.
Hey everybody, Greco Fabulous here. Yeah, I'm surprised to see me here too, but we're talking about TMNT Holy Grails, so let's run with it. So I think when most people think about TMNT Holy Grails, you know, they're thinking about the rare stuff, like Scratch and the Channel 6 News Van. For me personally, I would rate things higher that, you know, have that cool factor, like the Technodrome or the Krang Android body. But what really defines as a holy grail for me is something that not only is rare, but has that personal attachment. So, for the TMNT toy line, my holy grails are these Turtle Battle Fun sets. I loved role-playing as a kid. I still do. But this is the closest you can get to being a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle back in the day. I'm pretty sure I had all of these sets, Raphael obviously being my favorite, and I never showed it on my channel, but I actually got 4 of these sealed in the box in my collection now. So this is something that means something to me personally. If you knew anything about me, you would have already known that, but you don't. You're all phony friends. Thanks for watching and subscribing. And now on to somebody else.
Whoa, before you go, Greco, let me get a good look at that battle set. You don't get to see him in this crispy condition all that often. Green staff? Sick. Pretty sure I had the Raphael one as a kid. But anyway, thank you, Greco, for your video submission. It was everything that I hoped it could be. And congrats on finding your TMNT Holy Grails. And up next, we've got Toy Kennections.
The cream of the crop! Nobody does it better!
While his collection doesn't consist of primarily TMNT, because as we all know, he collects all kinds of different toy lines, G.I. Joe, wrestling, Transformers, and just about everything, as you can see here. He does have quite the TMNT collection. And lucky for y'all, he sent in a video submission telling us just exactly what his holy grails are.
Hey everyone, Toy Kennections here. Just wanted to give Shellback Toy Rewind a thank you and a shout out for allowing me to be a part of his video here, and always happy to collaborate with him yet again. So when it comes to Ninja Turtles Holy Grails, there's a couple of things out there. I mean, the obvious one for me really is Scratch the Cat, and it's just what it represents, being sort of an esoteric character who not everybody knows super duper well, yet was done on a short enough run that makes a great conversational piece. Now, I don't have a lot of attachment to the character, but that sort of goofy, innocent nature sort of plays itself out to the maximum when it comes to a character like Scratch. Now, a couple of other sort of like notable favorites, but they're a little bit cookie cutter in terms of answer as well. I'm not the biggest Ninja Turtles collector in the world by, not at all by any stretch of the imagination, but I've always had a little bit of an affinity for a sealed, or maybe just a boxed mint, complete with instructions and everything, Technodrome and Sewer Layer. So those would be my other answers there, in addition to Scratch the Cat.
Thank you, Ken from Toy Kennections. That was an amazing video submission. Oh, how did these get here? Anyway, if you guys haven't checked out Toy Kennections yet, go ahead and check him out. He's got some super awesome videos, and go ahead and give him a sub. And let's go ahead and get to that next TMNT collector. And next up, we've got the collector with by far the coolest logo. We've got Mile High Toys. Been collecting for 3 years from Aurora, Colorado. Oh, and I just happened to have a message from him.
Press 1 for new messages. What's up, TMNT Collectors? Thanks again to Shellback Toy Rewind for having me, Mile High Toys, on your awesome YouTube channel. I've been collecting TMNT extensively for the past 3 years. I was born in 1986, so a lot of the figures in my collection mirror my childhood collection, plus a ton more as an adult that I've collected over the years. My top 3 TMNT Holy Grails I wish I had would probably be a new inbox Technodrome. Owned one as a kid and don't own one now. Secondly would probably be a mint on card Arctic Dawn or Navy SEAL Mike. And third would probably be a chrome foot soldier. Love that figure, love it in chrome. Thanks again. Shellback Toy Rewind. Everybody keep collecting. Thanks again.
Alright guys, I saved one of the best ones for last. Here we've got Kison Shu. He is from Japan, and he has obviously been collecting for a very long time, 30 years to be exact. This guy here has just about everything, as you can probably tell. I tried pretty hard to get him to send me a personalized clip of what his Holy Grails are, but he just wasn't having it. But he did go ahead and tell me what his Holy Grails are. Alright, and they are a Mutabus, the rock and roll school bus, Leo's Bodacious Buggy Box, a Warrior Rocksteady, and Shogun Triceraton. And once he gets those, that makes a complete TMNT collection. Pretty god dang amazing if you ask me. Now it's that point in the video where it's time for me to tell you what my top 3 TMNT Holy Grails are. I already have some items that some would consider Holy Grails in the TMNT world. So let's go ahead and shoot for the moon. And first one on my list is a hard copy Scratch the Cat, which I have recently seen for sale at $85,000. So yes, that does qualify as a Holy Grail. Up next, number 2 would be maybe another, I don't know, 500 foot soldiers to go along with these, just because I want them. And number 3, I'm gonna go ahead and agree with Ed's Retro Geek Out and go ahead and say that Euro Edition Purple Super Shredder. So yeah, guys, that is my top 3 TMNT Holy Grails. All right, guys, the picks are in. I think a few of those we sort of expected. Obviously, Scratch, Hotspot, Channel 6 News Vans, but a few items that I was expecting to hear, I didn't. Super Shredder, Chef Boyardee. I always thought that was kind of a holy grail, but I guess not. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this one. I just want to take a quick moment and thank each and every one of you that helped me make this video. Starting off with Dimension X Toys, Plastic Flashback, Texas Toy Collector, Greco Fabulous, Mile High Toys, Ken's Connections, Ed's Retro Geek Out, Kison Shu, Speaky Geeky, and Not Another Retro Channel. I appreciate everything you guys did for me, and hope you guys enjoyed the video. And a big thank you to my subscribers. I appreciate the support. But also, if you're new here, if you liked what you saw, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'd appreciate it. And I'll catch you in the next one, guys.